Okay, I'm first of all going to give credit to Learn, Learn, Withtrey. His name is Learn with Troy, Trail, Trey. What he said is what was giving credit to in my last video. What he said was that do two YouTube channel, pari passu, side by side. After you've done that, post the first one, post the second one. If YouTube see the first one that people are clicking on it, and the second one people are also clicking on it, they would then start pushing your video. He told me today that that's what I'm currently doing. I'm going to record 2 videos. I just give him credit for that. That's what I can say right now. Okay, so I want to go straight to my second video. Because like I said before, under all circumstances, there is always going to be something that you're going to learn from this channel that will assist you that you will never be able to get from anywhere else. I'm going to start by saying that at this point in time, there is an issue going on with Turkey and Israel. At this point in time, there's something going on with Spain and America and Israel. And both of them are all from the Iran-Contra affair. The Iran-Contra affair. You guys remember that, where they were selling drugs, they were selling arms and ammunition by Colonel Oliver North under Ronald Reagan. We're having what you call Iran-Contra affair again, coming up under Trump, which I think is the same thing with. When I spoke with somebody about a week ago, the first thing I was saying, I said, why would somebody like Trump not able to learn from what happened in Ukraine between Putin and Zelensky? Why can't he learn that you don't, Putin did his own diplomatically, secretly, without having to be able to say, oh, this is what I'm going to do right now. As a matter of fact, when Putin came into power, what he did was, there was supposed to be a stopping point between the COVID-19, and the COVID-19 was tailing off when he then started building up on the annexation that he did in 2014, when he, first of all, got the Kremlin without firing any shot, which I think at that time, Obama was in office. He put Biden to be the one that would be in charge of that issue. Did that thing almost blow up in Biden's way because the son was there becoming a board member, and they were paying him $50,000 a month for just being the son. And that almost blew up in Biden's face, because at one point in time, Biden would make a policy statement publicly. Behind the scene, they were doing all that things that nobody said. I think that is the reason why Biden was able to come into office, because he knew that he was looking out for America. So let me stop there by saying that what I'm trying to say there is that Putin did a damage. Instead of allowing the COVID-19 to go completely flat out, he then bumped things up and things went into haywire. And everybody has been suffering on that till the present time. He did not just care. And as I was saying before, I said how I wish, and I was discussing with my cousin or with my nephew, that how I wish Trump can learn from that and say, You cannot go to a country like any country. I don't care what country it is, whether it is Barbados, whether it is Cameroon. You cannot go to a country, sovereign nation, and start talking to them like you are a demagogue. We even know that as soon as the Pope, Leo, differed with him, he started calling him names. I'm the one that brought you to become Pope and everything. So the point I'm making there is that Putin, why can't Trump learn from Putin? Why can't he learn from what you call Vietnam? Why can't he learn from Iran? Why can't he learn from Afghanistan? Why can't he learn that from the war he's fighting with Putin there, where an inch, the U.S. signed a treaty, we're not going to move one more inch into your territory, and they end up moving almost a million miles into the territory through what you call Ukraine. And that's the reason what triggered the Ukrainian annexation first. That's what also triggered it, the second build-up, which killed me, KILL, which it barred me because I was just in the United States at that time, and I had bad omen from this COVID-19. It affected me so bad that when Putin came into office, he made it even worse. Why can't they learn from that? And I cannot overemphasize that. If any of you have an answer, put it in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel. My name is what you call Odada, OHDADA, Odada of Mauritania. So I'm simulcasting as Odada, and the only thing I want to do, and I'm going to say it first of all right now, is that I want to be able to make Nigeria work during our lifetime. I regret to the fact that I am saying that to a country of 250 million that don't have no future, because Nigeria was pieced together north, south, east, and west by some daughterheads, little daughterheads, and they are not going to stop. So I want you to know that the only reason why I am on the YouTube channel today with you guys is that I want to be able to make Nigeria work during our lifetime. But I'm taking everything from the angle of having a woman empowerment so that women can become the omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. You will never be able to get me change my mind on all those fundamentals that I'm putting together. I want to make Nigeria work during our lifetime. I want to make the people of African descent to be able to enjoy by flipping the coins that coins of destruction that has made them zero gravity. So again, as I just said, I told you to go and look at Turkey and Israel. Israel is now looking for another enemy, saying that Turkey doesn't like us. Or everything I just said before going to the Turkey issue is pretty much on the area of irrelevancy. How can we become relevant in the total picture? I said that I was going to discuss another issue. The issue I was going to talk about here is that I can make a book out of your ASS. I can make a book out of your ASS. I can make a book out of your ASS. Which means I can make a book out of you, no matter who you are. And I am well grounded in the fact that I'm well informed, and I have the same loose, I'm unfiltered, like the way Trump is. I'm unfiltered, but I am well metered and I'm well mannered and I'm well choreographed. That I don't just use words because that's what was coming out of my mouth at that time because that was what's in my head. I mean, that's one of the biggest problem he's having is he just talked like a little toddler who is inside what you call a candy store. Taking his father and mother say, give me that one, give me that one, give me that one. Buy this one. I want it. And I want it. And I want it because you think that your father has what you call has resources that is insatiable, inelastic demand or inelastic supply, stuff like that. So, like I said, I can bring a book out of you. I've written 2 books already. So if you are interested in me bringing a book out of you, go to azimikoko.com and go there and put your information by buying 5 naira through space tag. Put your what you call your information is there and said it will come to my mailbox and I can take it from there and I'll be able to make a book out of you. I am depending on a lot of templates out there from 3 powerful women. One in them was Anna, A-N-N-E. The first name is Melanie, M-A-L-E-N-I-A-N-N-E, and the last name is Philip, P-H-L-I-L-L-I-P-S, Phillips. She's a star. And if you want to go search her information out, go and search it out. You will not be disappointed. I'm well ahead of the ball game the way I study her. The second one was Katie Mellon. Her initial is M-K Mellon, M-E-L-I-E-N, Mellon, M-E-L-I-N-D. If you can go fish her out, she promised to give you a book from you to an author. And the third one that I also kind of follow up has a boot camp in Enugu. Her name is Adachi Siminanda, something like that. She's the one that wrote what you call Americana. She just lost her one of her twin child called Kano in Lagos. The little kids, so rest in peace, and may I comfort her for her loss of the child because you don't want to lose your child. So I'm using those 3 templates, and I said I'll be able to bring a book out of you. And I have a button in my landing page, AZIMIKOKO, and I'll be able to do justice. While you are at it, I want you to buy my book. It's just 5K. You download it and you read it. If you don't like it, send back me a link, and I'll send you back your money to you. Moving forward on that, I said that I will be able that there are 3 buttons in my landing page. One, put your stream of consciousness in one for 5K. The other one, you want to buy my book, I would be able to make you some more money. You can start having what you call a discretionary income. The very first day you sell the book, you get money into your own account right there and right now. So I have 2 buttons out there. And the second 2 buttons I have there, which is also 5K. I would have loved to make this thing all free. But the thing is that I am not a charitable organization. I believe that I want to make this work in terms of profit making and stuff like that. So if you go to my landing page, you will be in good hands. If you don't want to pay for any of this thing, just send me an email at azimikoko26@gmail.com. I will start sending you link that will allow you to have all this thing free because Free is really a bad word, especially as people of African descent, because that's what make white people great again. That is how they use it, destroying us. Make white people great again, which is the belief of Trump, which is the belief of Elon Musk, which is the belief of uh, Netanyahu, which is the belief of Putin, which is the belief of just about anybody out there that are of the Caucasian, that are from the that has their ancestors of the Caucasus Mountain. The way they got there was through a fluke. They were not really like, hey, I'm there because of one reason. You got there through a fluke. We were the one that was in control. We started blowing ourselves up. We started causing ourselves a lot of problems. We were not good with women. We were not good with youth. We were not good with ourselves. And I thought we hadn't found what you call stomach infrastructure. We did ourselves so bad that when we went out there, we were sitting on the trigger. When they saw how mellow or how milk we were over there, they now start coming into the continent here after they have already become and unbecome. And then they came here and then they started doom chasing us. And they just destroyed us. And right now, as we speak, there is nobody, and I will say nobody, and I'm going to repeat that, nobody who has this color of our skin here that can be able to make us be able to live better. We can. Nobody. I'm going to try as my best to do it, but I can't promise you anything. You can't see how we can make our life work during our lifetime. That's my goal. So I've already covered that book area, and I want to say that there's something that I want to cover so bad. It's so close to my heart, and that is wow. I had a birth defect that exacerbated into what you call attention deficit disorder that puts me on a go, run, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It was supposed to be a bottleneck, but I turned it into what you call a gold mine. Okay? Even in that same space, as much as I have enjoyed it and I've had a good time, I came back to say, let me not want people to go through the same struggle that I went through. Especially the struggle I'm talking about. I'm going to say it as the struggle I went through was how difficult it was for me to be able to write the 2 books, to the point where I cannot beat my chest that I wrote the whole book. As a matter of fact, as I am talking to you, what I'm going to tell you is that if you want me to write your book for you, I'm going to tell you that you will put your information in the stream of consciousness, or send me a text message, or send me email, and I will then fluff your work through artificial intelligence. And as we know right now, the whole world has moved from the Bollywood, the Hollywood, Nollywood. They are no longer relevant because the artificial intelligence has changed everything, where you don't need instrument no more to become a media personality. You can have a faceless fundamental. So people are, what I'm putting, when I'm putting there is that I can make your book, turn you around in no time, but I am not beating my chest that I did it on my own. I use artificial intelligence to fluff my work out, and I retain professional, which I could not be able to do when I was in America. I was just trying to get help from America, and when you talk to some of those professionals, they will just tell you, I am not going to be your editor. I am not going to be your editor. I am not going to be your editor. I was like, you cannot go be my editor. I'm going to pay you. As soon as I couldn't do it, So I went into Nigeria. And you know, Nigeria is totally, it's a different ballgame. People will take the money from you and they will then deliver. They may not be, they may do some damage, but you can have to involve yourself in damage control. So the point I'm making there is that any woman, teens, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, who are now of childbearing age, that is going to go straight into what are 21, 22, 23 to 40 something, I want them to know that they all should take cognizance of the fact that if their child becomes restless, they should do something within the reach of their power to make sure it is not an attention deficit disorder. They should take control. That's what I'm saying. Nobody took control of me. I took control of me. I had a good time doing that. I did it all I could do in Nigeria, and I had a great time. When I was in America, I had a great time. Even though a lot of the people in America were telling me, okay, hey, one guy was telling me that you will just survive. I was surviving, but I did not make any mistake. I dodged all the bullets. I'm taking that quote from Clinton. Clinton was dodging bullets, right, left, and yonder. That's what I did. I dodged bullets up till now since I came to Nigeria. And I'm still dodging bullets. And I'm going to dodge more bullets for the short time that I'm going to be here to get this Nigerian moribund country, a sleeping giant, to be able to become something. I'm going to put one more step there in this recording. And this is going to be what you call what Jonathan Bombshell had yesterday. Most of the things I'm talking about here may be related to the former video that I just released, which I think this, so long as there's relevancy to it, there's a psychophancy to it, I think I'm in good hands. So the bombshell was that he's saying that to say that it is that a lot of African leaders are using their instrument to stay in power. That's a global thing. Go and tell Putin to drop out of that position where he is. He's been there now for like 25 years. He was president at one time for 2 sections. Drop out. Put what you call a big guy in there. And then the guy was there. He was running the country through remote control, and then came back in second time. He has done 2 terms now. He is going to do 4 terms, going to do 5. He's not living there. He's just 72. So the point I'm making there is that what Jonathan was saying was right, is something we should be looking into very, very closely in Nigeria, because what he's saying that he would like to become, he would have loved to be a second-term president. But he said there was so much betrayal in the administration to the point where he dropped. He got dropped like a happy tail, and he couldn't get into power. And he didn't use the incumbent instrument. That incumbent instrument could not have come because there are no structure anywhere in Bayelsa where he was from, probably what you call a governor. He's a fluke. He's a general manager. He thought now he's saying that he wants to be able to come back now and say whether he's going to run against Asiwaju. He can forget that. I hope he doesn't think that he can beat Asiwaju. The only person that can beat Asiwaju right now is a flip between Obi and Atiku. And Obi has already made the mistake of trying to speak very closely to Kwankwaso, which is going to be, they are saying that he's going to be the VP, and dropping his former Baba Ahmed, which I don't think he should have made the mistake. He just went with what OBJ said about Kwankwaso, and then just run with it and thinking that he can be able to build fundamentals on them. So Jonathan was right, and I'm going to take up another issue. This time I'm talking about the death of the military personnel in Nigeria. It has got to a point now where generals, somebody told me that they are so rest in peace. Their family continue to get so long that it's not unlikely that they may have just had their rank while they were on the field. To the point where, let's assume you want to go to the field, take away your rank and just wear uniform and go with all those gears in you. Instead, they put on a rank, and when they capture them, they just feel that, hey, yeah, you the general. General, da, 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 da. They go, they go. Da, 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 da. They go, ka, 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 ka. They go, ka, 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 ka. You know what that means? So, I'm troubled by that. I already said something about the faceless thing, and I want to say finally about what Sani Mohammed talked about during saying that the ADC people are not, they are the same recycled people. I'm skeptical about what he's saying because himself is APC anyway. There's nothing good that can come from APC at this point, especially when he said it's 30 governors are in the APC during the last convention. And even in this new convention that they were supposed to be having Monday and Tuesday, fell to the point where the site they were going to be used in the site, in the convention, the person was going to lock them out. They finally released it after they got paid, stuff like that. Finally, I'm going to say that France took away window and instituted what you call Linux. I've covered Turkey. I want you guys to go take a look at that. You'll be satisfied with what I was saying. I'm going to say a word about the blockade that they are having. I don't remember what the only thing I can say is that if Trump has some atom of experience with Muslim and Islam, if Trump has any experience with Muslim or Islam, he wouldn't be making the mistake that he's making. Talking to Iran, we're going to obliterate your own civilization. Starmer said that I won't use the word that he's using there. When Leo told him that the war he's fighting is not, it's immoral and fattening, he started blasting the guy. You're soft on crime. You're weak on crime. Stuff like that. I'm the one that make you the Pope. Stuff like that. So I covered an area which I was talking about, what you call my book. I covered an area which I call what I want people who are going to have children with attention deficit disorder to take cognizance of. And I spoke about how Jonathan, what he dropped. And I spoke about the death of the soldiers. And I spoke about Facebook, the YouTube Facebook, and I spoke about Sani, and I spoke about one other stuff. So go and put your comments in the comment section and send me email. Subscribe, like my video, because the only reason I'm doing these 2 videos now is because I'm formally jumping from fry pan to fire. I'm jumping from fry pan to fire. I'm jumping from fry pan to fire because I was in fry pan in America when I did my first YouTube. When I came to Nigeria, I'm in fire. And I didn't know what I was doing until about a week ago when I found out that I was just doing my video were not going to do it. As a matter of fact, all these things they are telling me to do now, they're talking about what you call a YouTube thumbnail, they're talking about this, they're talking about, those things are hard to put together, except you have what you call early start. You start about 20 years ago, which I definitely did started started early. I dropped a YouTube video in 2014 on Ugeki Foundation when I first of all came up with Ugeki Fundamental. But they, I can't find it no more. Somebody took it off. I sent an email to YouTube. They have not replied me. Then in 2024, I dropped a book, God to Goddess, and it's about how we can make Nigerian woman to become a president, and I'm going to adopt it on faceless level. You see what I'm saying now? So when I came into Nigeria, I said that when I'm in fire, that's when I discovered that I needed to write another book about the system in Nigeria. And that's when I wrote what you call God Dream Beyond Border, turning vision into reality. That's it's a cycle of how the Nigerian is today, how they are taking corruption, how people are hungry, how women are marginalized, what is going on with the system is in my book. But I had to put it in such a way that it is fiction. I didn't want to offend anybody. And that's not who I am. I'm not a Shiwai. I'm not Suware. I don't do that. I'm not a black man. Very dark man. I'm not Kanu. What do you call him? Namdi Kanu. I'm not Igbohu. You see what I'm saying? I'm not. I don't believe in all that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.